To us by Joy News and Multimedia Group, supported by Toyota Ghana Company Limited. Toyota superior quality. Now avoid all distractions. Keep both eyes on the road and hands on the steering wheel. That's how to ensure your safe arrival. I was on the Cape Coast Takoradi Road yesterday, and on, was it Friday? Charlie, the way people drive sometimes,
Yeah.
they have no regard for the other vehicle.
In the Republic of Ghana, sometimes you would wonder even the people on the street, they are educated and understand the rules of driving. It is terrible. It, and you understand why accidents are predominantly human induced.
Yeah.
It is just because people are responsible. They do not want to follow the rules. They don't care about the rules. They just believe they have to do whatever they want. Also, because when they are arrested, people just get 1 or 2 CDs from them. Now that they are facing out the 1 CD papers, they are going to get only 5 CD from them and move on.
But it's terrible.
It's irresponsible.
Yeah.
And nobody cares. Oh, so that's why some of us we
You
are
are
still
in your right
we are
lane,
still
oh.
on the
You are in your right lane, and
self-
somebody's coming into your lane with
self-imposed
total
ban.
disregard.
The self-imposed ban is to ensure that you do not contribute to the mess on the road.
Look, I mean, I've been involved in an accident. I was involved in an accident last year when someone drove into a lane.
Yeah.
And no, that was last 2 years. And just last year in December, I was going to moderate a program. And I saw another vehicle driving into my lane.
Yeah.
And I couldn't understand.
Expecting you rather to take cover.
Well, I actually did, because I mean, you don't.
From experience.
I mean, you don't want to go through that problem
Of
again.
course.
I mean, the thing about an accident is that even if you survive it, the trauma alone is true. So I got off the road.
And since in this country you can't tell people that, oh, because I had an accident, I'm in some trauma, so I'm going to get help.
Yeah, because
This country is only when you have extraordinary situations that you require mental help.
Look, we got involved in an accident on the Sogankope Whole Road, and we're expected to come to court in Sogankope. I thought I was going to go. I mean, how do I drive back and forth with that kind of court case? Eventually, the case became, like we say in Ghana, foolish case. The point is, people drive anyhow. Please, let's be careful. When you're using the road, you're not the only person on the road. Others are also using the road. And so, be in your lane. It's that simple.
Oh.
Just remain in your lane. Don't get into another person's lane and think that that person is the one supposed to leave the road for you to engage in your illegality.
There's a question I asked some time ago. I don't know if they have added it now. The training for drivers, do they include an assessment of the mental state of the person? I actually think that for you to, the renewal of the, is it, what is renewed? Is it license?
License,
Yes. Requires a consistent review of the mental state of the people involved. I mean, your mental state can change with what's happening in the day, but at least we should be certain that so the time that we're certifying you to be on the street. Because I'm so convinced many people are,
You're right. We're talking about being right. Time now for Say It Right. We'll bring it to you later. Brought to us by Koba Payment App, Koba Lives Simplified, and Kingdom Books at Kingdom. Quality and affordability is our hallmark.
All right, time for the newspaper review. But as you can tell, it's been a while. The newspapers have been holidaying, so we'll bring you. The review is brought to us by First Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different, and CompuGhana, passion for technology.
And these days we are the online news review because the newspapers are on break. So online news review brought to us by Zenith Bank, in your best interest, Goil Good Energy, and Enterprise Life. No matter how much you make for a living, Enterprise Life has life solutions carefully crafted for you. Enterprise Life, your advantage.
And Goil is still in the mood of giving and appreciation. Goil has released its Asada train. Moving from station to station across the nation, catch it, buy any Goil product and get rewarded with quality Goil branded items, including t-shirts, face towels, dusters, tissue boxes, many more assorted souvenirs. You only need to be alert at any Goil station near you, because the Goil Asada train could be making a stop. Just spot it, buy your Goil product and get rewarded. Simple. Afisha Pao Goil is saying Happy New Year to all of you listening to us right now. Goil, yeah, dear.
So let's get into the issues making headlines this morning. As we've indicated, the papers are not here with us. So Alban Bagman says consensus building in Parliament will suffer if majority caucus continues to attack him. And so the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagman, has said that consensus building in Parliament will suffer should the majority caucus continue to attack his personality, citing attacks by Deputy Majority Leader Alexander Akpenyumakin and some NPP MPs. Mr. Bagbin observed that their activities obstruct any possibility of a resolution in the House. And we know that, in last year in December 2021, Mr. Akpenyumakin accused the Speaker of conspiring with his party to ensure that the budget was not passed, particularly the e-levy. He feels that Alban Bagbin is not, being fair to the majority caucus. And Alban Bagbin said, in all of these cases, I was in the House waiting for you. You never came. You never showed up. You kept postponing. So why do you blame me when you have not put your house in order?
In fact, there's a part of that interview with GTV or GBC, which he suggests that it was known to them he was not returning because he has already sent his concluding remarks.
Yes, to the second deputy speaker.
And that the expectation that, the speaker will come back at some point in time. No, we're being told, right? They did a press conference and said, well, what is the speaker? We need him back. In fact, even the minorities, some had some doubt whether, some had some hope that the speaker will return along the line. But it was not so clear whether that will happen. I feel this is a phase where, at first, our parliamentary system had always been, when you come to thorny issues, the majority will have their way. Unfortunately, because of the current numbers that we are having, it looks like it's going to be a bit more complex than that. What our politics has not been for a very long time is the key words everybody is taught in political science: consensus building, compromise, cooperation. We have mostly had people who bulldoze their way whenever they wanted because they had the numbers to do so.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, it looks different now.
Yeah.
So the strength to do that is the frustration that somebody might be not promoting government business.
Yeah.
Just that we have not done enough of the consensus building, the cooperation, and the things required of standard political practice. Listen, in countries where they form coalitions, they do this all the time, and their democracies survive.
But
So we can also do it.
Yeah, it comes back to the executive interference, the fact that we don't have strict separation of powers.
Yeah.
So that's also hurting us.
So the MPs don't have a mind of their own.
Raymond, in countries where they form coalitions, they can call elections at any
Yeah.
time also.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we can do that under circumstances.
You can engineer system.
Well, we can't do that. There
Yes.
are laws.
Yeah.
And so, you see, that's the problem we have. And so we're not used to this kind of system, also
Yes.
because we're not used to the coalition kind of government. In fact, our constitution did not even anticipate, our constitution did not anticipate any form of a coalition government. We didn't anticipate that. And so we had a majority. We said we're not going to have opposition and government side. It was a nice way of making sure that we don't have people always having the mindset of antagonizing government. So we went for a minority and a majority. But the point is that we didn't anticipate a lot of things we didn't anticipate when we're drafting our constitution, drawing our constitution. So you're faced with a situation today where you have to start rethinking.
Yeah.
And I've read Yasidin Ketia when he went to the 31st celebration, 40th anniversary, talking about MPP using trickery to get 2 deputy speakers. And I think that, look, if that is the case,
I thought it was a negotiation.
if you are the NPP, that was one of the worst decisions to take, because you would have realized that 138, 137, if the speaker is not there, you are short by one person.
Yeah.
So 137, a lot of
You
your motions
certainly would.
will get lost. If you want to even play smart, and you see first deputy speaker, who is our member, shouldn't sit, we're going to look for the second deputy speaker, who should have gone into the NDC, and it's certain, and your first deputy speaker could, just sneak in. You don't have that advantage also.
That's true.
Because if your second deputy speaker comes to sit, he's still part of your caucus. So that in itself just did not make sense if you were in the, and we said it on the day when we're covering the swearing, the election of a speaker. As it stands now, and Professor Jambo, one of the things I always would agree with him on is that in this kind of situation, the old ways of thinking that the minority would have their say and the majority would have their way is gone.
That's true.
Yeah.
You can't think like that anymore. So if you are an Oseche Mensabonsu, you need to carry along the whole parliament. It is not just taking them to the president and saying we are building consensus, and I've met the president like 3 times, which never happened. It's never happened in our 4th Republic. No. You must consistently engage.
Yeah.
But you see, also on national, when the president, for instance, is on a national platform, it shouldn't sound as though the NDC caucus is an enemy, or the NDC in parliament is an enemy, because you will need them when you're making decisions.
I mean,
Let's not
you can have
draw
robust debates
sharp
in
lines.
parliament, and it happens all over the world. You can have it, except that you still need to carry on with government business, and government business should be done in the interest of the people.
Yeah.
I don't care if there's no compromise, cooperation, or consensus when it comes to development of the people. It is the most important reason why I engage in the partisan politics we have. If all of what we are doing is not, at the end of the day, ending up in our development, there can't be compromise on that. So, yes, you can compromise on getting through whatever you want to do. But if it is just so, if you ask me, I sometimes look at things like, the brawl they had in parliament. I insist, if they have to have 14 different brawls to prevent things that would oppose the development of the people or promote the development of the people, I don't have a difficulty with that. It's not sanitized politics, but it is important that everything we do, and Ghana, sometimes we are more interested in the process than the end result. So the process being, let's go through the motions. But at the end of the day, it doesn't inure to our development. It is the most important call in here. If they would engage whichever way and still get the development. But why is it reasonable that the speaker has responded? I felt if he really truly wanted that engagement, he should also keep quiet. I was opposed to the majority leader's accusations, his deputy's accusations, the one that has to do with whether the speaker wanted some budget amount or whatever. Yeah, I feel that they are muddying the waters further.
But even when they've had meetings not open to the public, we've had Afanyok Marking come out to review things. So if you were the speaker, what would you do?
There's a lot of new things happening in our system now. So maybe they have to learn and move on with it. Also, maybe we are having the same type of politicians. The 21st century politician is the one that does what is in the interest of the people. We should have those ones in parliament consistent. Then I think we'll be sorted.
All right, let's move on to some other stories. I found this one on myjoyonline.com, the IGP going to La Paz and meeting a group of people who were eating noodles. Listen, this is just what he saw. Indomie and Guinness, and he was wondering, how does this go?
Yeah.
That's what that has made the headlines, but most importantly, he had some fruitful interactions. The people told him about their insecurities, and he made some assurances. We have an IGP who is on the move. I mean, paying a surprise visit on a night like that, going to a place like that.
He's very visible. It's refreshing, right? I mean, you get the impression that he's down to earth. He's more like, the celebrity politician kind of, what they call it, IGP. Hopefully he can continue in that line. Except that you are refusing to leave out the fact that people did not do as many prophecies as they would have wished to do getting to the end of the
they
year.
did.
They did.
They did.
Or they
They
did it
found
to
a way.
different states.
They did to different states.
Okay.
They did. They gave prophecies about countries. Some even mentioned countries, but the countries were pointing at Ghana.
Yeah.
So they are mentioning countries.
And they are bringing in a central and the Ashanti part.
yes,
I don't know which other state.
In the Amoah.
Yeah.
So the question on my mind, guys, is this like a serious business, or this is some kind of a joke?
I mean the prophecy part.
With this
Having to
particular
cope with
prophecy where you have to come up with a name. And then, because if you're prophesying, it really doesn't matter. If you say you've seen something and God is speaking to you, you say it, right?
Yeah.
Why do you have to make up a name?
My posturing towards men of God is that, what they call it, touched on my original. But the Bible gives us clues about who is a proper one. And it's clear by their fruits you shall know them.
Well, while I do not pretend to have any expertise about prophecies.
Yeah, the last time you tried was very bad. It makes me miss Elvis more. He was the one who came to
Was he
accuse you.
prophesying?
Oh, no, he was trying to preach
I was
clearly.
just explaining the Bible. While I do not, pretend to have any expertise about prophecies, I have always stated here that the God who gives prophecies gives wisdom on how to deliver those prophecies.
I see.
And so many of these persons in the past have not exhibited, traits of wisdom. Many, but some of them have in the past not exhibited those traits. Today, we're beginning to realize that some of them have said, when it comes to prophecies about people and about death and all of that, we will get to the people privately, and that's the way to go. I've said it here before that if you want to have, if I am going to die this year, you walk up to me and tell me. You don't go and announce in your church. Say, Acquah will be who have you. No, you don't do that. Tell me, because you know how to find me. When you say I'm looking for Asumesi, I will come.
And then the message is, I've seen that you die.
But that's what that's a lot of the process they give.
Now, there's a general concern about why they target people, those of who are popular, those of who are prominent in politics, and also it's as if the rest of us, maybe we get our profits on different days, but it's as if we don't matter at the end of the year when it comes to you, clearly, unless you transition into the areas of prominence and proper place. That is when you get to be giving one of these prophecies. Like, I've not heard your own yet, but.
Raymond, maybe because we don't follow the whole service, but I was wondering, how about the ordinary person in the church, the person sitting right there? Because you're given prophecies about the people who are known.
I heard Bishop Obusu says that even the personal ones, he has put on hold now.
The ordinary people.
He said he's putting on hold now. I mean, clearly, this is a prophecy strike. Well, anyway.
Well, something about the economy and. Casey Latuforson says 2022 is going to be a year of economic misery. And so, he's talked about he predicts that there'll be at least a 30% increase in general goods, while the Ghanaian cedi will hit 7 cedis to $1 by the end of 2022. He based his claim on the fact that the cedi is currently trading about at 6.5 to $1. Fuel prices, he said, are set to go up by some 18 pesos this week and more likely to go up again on the account of the weak cedi. So he says 2022 is going to be a year of economic misery. However, the Deputy Minister of Finance, that's John Kumar, now he says that, Casey Latuforson's, outlook of the 2022 Ghanaian economy is not based on data. And according to him, the government is turning around the economy back to the era of high growth before the COVID-19 pandemic came to our shores. And so you cannot be predicting all of this, but
high growth cannot prevent, for example, inflation.
No.
High growth does not necessarily change the fact that there will be price of fuel may even hit a different level. I mean, I'm not sure if that's the entirety of the response, but it can be that it will be high growth, really.
Well, you see that if you listen to the government narrative under these circumstances, and one of the things about, some have said there are 3 kinds of lies. There are lies, damn lies, and the worst one of lies is statistics. In statistics, you pick and choose what suits you. So if you're a government, under the circumstances, you pick what suits you. And what will suit you is that, post-COVID, the Ghanaian economy is doing well compared to others.
Yeah.
Understand? Yes, you pick that. The truth is the Ghana cedi today is depreciating against the dollar. And that would trigger, a rise in petroleum products. Fortunately for us, over the period, we are beginning to see the real impact of deregulation. But with the cedi still depreciating, and we're waiting for the pricing window starting from today.
Yeah.
If anything should change, we probably may be going for higher prices. Now we suspended the price stabilization and recovery levy for 2 months. We're likely to bring it back unless it is suspended further. If we bring it back, that's automatically 16 pesos in addition. With the cedi depreciating, it will make sense if the BDCs and the OMCs increase the price of petroleum. If they increase the price of petroleum, it will trigger an increase in the price of goods and services. Already, the reversal of the benchmark value reduction at the ports will lead to an increase in certain goods that are affected as a result.
So those who have hopes of buying second-hand cars,
yes,
we have to buy at a very expensive one.
Yes,
and we can't buy new ones too.
You can buy new. We can buy new ones. So automatically,
I can buy. I don't know for you.
You are part of the masses, just as I am.
I can't also buy.
So automatically, you're going to have prices of these goods going up because Guta has told you, and Guta doesn't even have to tell
Noodles.
you. The economics is simple. It would go up. If petroleum products go up, naturally, it will lead to an increase in the prices of goods also. The other point that we must think about is that today, a lot of places that you go, food prices have gone up and will go up. So automatically, that is also going to lead to a rise in inflation. And a food basket is huge.
That's
so if
true.
it's going up, it's going to lead to a rise in inflation. And once it's leading to a rise in inflation, you know what we do? Because our monetary policy is inflation targeted,
Yeah.
it's going to go up. And it goes up and it would even affect the cost of borrowing. And that cycle will continue. Round. So 2022, on the face of it, compared to 2021, will be a difficult year.
You agree?
It
So
will be a difficult
Kesala to
year.
forcing is right.
Let's go for the
Yeah, you don't want
to. Fidelity Bank, believe with us, and Sethi Brothers and Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner.